Hello, my lovely friends. It is time once more for a story. A fantastical Legbeard story. Oh yes, we're changing things up a little here. This is from Reddit user Erutius. I hope I said that right. Erutious. Erutius? I don't know. I'm not good with names. Anyway, this is called Bringing Home a Stray Legbeard. But why? Let's find out together. Hi there, everybody.
Hello.
Big shout out to RedX. I've been watching a ton of his videos lately, and it's uncovered some memories that I hoped would be lost forever. Yeah, big shout out to RedX. How's it going, man? Haven't heard from you in a bit. I hope you're doing alright. Never had a word for this particular creature, but I suppose she was a Legbeard. A Legbeard who lived with my roommate and I for almost 2 years. Oh boy! Let's introduce the cast. Eru, that's me, OP, 22-year-old guy at the start of this, just moved to Georgia, just moved my old roommate to Georgia, working a dead-end job that paid well, and enjoying a fresh start. M, roommate, best friend, maybe a little neckbeardy himself, but he's like a brother to me, so we cut him a lot of slack. He's a good guy, he just has terrible taste in women, something that hasn't changed. He's the catalyst of these events. Georgia Beard, GB. Saver of kittens, baker of shepherd's pie, teller of lies, major manipulator, scum of the earth, terrible fucking human being. Hope she stubs her little toe every day at least once and then lives, never knowing what it's like to feel real love. That is spiteful. Oh boy! Vampire Beard, VB. Though not a traditional neckbeard, Vampire Beard was a lover of tabletops, a complete narcissist, ruiner of marriages, and a kind of an ass person. He's probably the best neckbeard I have ever met, though, and was actually well put together and kept himself clean and trimmed. Scored a lot of tail and brought trouble to our doorstep sometimes. Well, you know, it's like what we say, it's not the fedora they wear, but the fedora they exude. So here we go. We've been living in Georgia for a few months. Had a job at a call center. Em had a job in retail, and the two of us were doing pretty good. Rent in Georgia was much more reasonable than the place we had moved from, so we had a little extra cash. Our bills were paid on time, and we were eating more vegetables and fruits rather than ramen noodles. Life was good. Life was great. Until the Legbeard Nation attacked. Em comes home from work to tell me that he's met this girl. I had recently gotten out of a very turbulent relationship, so I was happy for him. One of us might as well be getting some. They went to a party together, and, after a night of drinking and poor choices, he lost his virginity, and they were an item. She's really good for me. She plays WoW, she likes video games, we read the same manga. She's chill, and she doesn't bug me about working out or eating better. I kind of rolled my eyes because these were things that I had been talking to him about since I was trying to lose weight and leave my own sort of neckbeardy past behind me, but I shrugged it off. If he was happy, then I was happy for him. They went on a few dates over the next month, and I was a little worried about his spending habits, if I'm being quite honest. Em was frugal. We both were, and that's why we usually had extra cash when a WoW expansion came out, or we needed a new graphics card, or cars broke down or something. In a month, Em spent nearly $600 on dates. Damn. They went to the aquarium, the Coke Museum, Stone Mountain Park, Six Flags, a lot of really expensive restaurants. All of this, Em would inevitably have to pay for. Despite telling me that this chick had a trust fund and was in nursing school, and had a nursing license, she was perpetually broke. Despite all this, she worked retail instead of one of the two larger hospitals in the area. After about a month of this, I finally get to meet her. I was on the couch, enjoying a day off with some Fallout 3, when Em walks in with a girl that I didn't know, but assumed was his girlfriend. Eru, this is Georgia Beard. It's the girl I've been telling you about. Oh, hey, nice to meet you. Thanks, did you have a nice place? At that point, we did, but oh, how the tide would shift. So instead of going on expensive dates, they just hung out at our apartment. We had a big DVD collection, so they mostly watched movies or play Xbox or just hung out in Em's room. She was honestly not that bad at first. She made us dinner, picked up behind Em, who was kind of allergic to chores, and took us out to eat sometimes. This was when I learned about her nursing degree. I just have to finish a few courses and I'll be an RN. And the trust fund that her grandmother had left her. She did indeed play a lot of the same games that we did, and she was pretty okay. To everyone, but Vampire Beard. Now, Vampire Beard's a guy I might talk about sometime if you guys want, but after a series of unfortunate events, he was sleeping on our couch. This did not stop him from bringing girls over, eating out of the fridge, even if it wasn't his, and hogging the TV, but him and I spent most of our off time playing WoW, so we didn't really notice. Georgia Beard and Vampire Beard did not like each other. GB thought that he was a womanizer, and Vampire Beard told us how GB took advantage of men. Oh, if only we had listened. So after a month of knowing her, Em asked if she could just move in with us. I mean, she basically lives here already, and she says she'll help with bills and rent. Paying less money in bills? Music to my ears. I agreed, but she had one stipulation. Vivi has to go. He's taking advantage of your generosity and is leeching off of you. I balked at this. Vivi was a friend. He was a bad friend, but he paid his rent, and he did clean up after himself. He also cooked us meals pretty regularly, and he was part of our old D&D group. I told her that's not fair. He was paid up for the next 3 months at least, and she relented. For the moment. So she moved in. She basically took over M's bedroom and bathroom, but this was nothing to me. I had my own bedroom and bathroom, and if he wanted to let her take his room, I didn't care. She immediately began to cook and clean for us, keeping the house and keeping us well fed. We liked this. It was nice, but it was a ploy. While she was doing this, VV was out tomcatting 5 nights a week. He was out on the prowl for some woman to spend the night with. GB told us how this was unacceptable and that he was bringing trouble to our doorstep while he courted married women. Ooh. We shrugged this off until something happened one night that kinda changed our mind. I'll go into more details if need be, but a husband came to our doorstep one night and I had to run him off with a shotgun. Oh, yeah, I kinda want to hear the rest of this story. Holy shit. That was the last straw, and we told him that he had till August to get his shit and get out. He argued, he wheedled, but in the end, we put our foot down. He packed up and left, looking like that sad tiger meme, and we didn't see much of him after that. And then it only got worse. The honeymoon phase did not last long. Soon they were arguing about things, and things seemed to run across a predictable path. They would argue, she would cry, then suddenly she would come up pregnant, and he would relent and not want to stress her out for a few months. Then if they fought again, she would lose the baby, and he would stop arguing again, so he didn't stress her further. While, quote-unquote, pregnant, she continued to smoke a pack a day and drink often. She would always claim it was just orange juice, but the vodka in it was eye-watering. And then, there were the cats. We moved in, we had a cat. He escaped, so we had an active pet deposit on the books. She asked if she could bring one cat into the apartment, and I said, well, it'd be fine. When she moved in, she had one cat, and it was house-trained. This is fine. I'm fine with this. I love animals, especially cats, and a fuzzy friend roaming the house is totally fine with me. I came home from work one morning to find a dog in my living room, which she was preparing to walk. What's going on here? Oh, Eero, this is my dog. She's my dog. Okay, well, we only have one pet deposit, so you need to pay for one so the dog can stay. Oh, of course, absolutely. I'll take care of that. She never paid it. Over the course of the next 8 months, she also got progressively lazier. She stopped doing dishes, she stopped cleaning up, she stopped cooking meals, she stopped caring for her animals. She also stopped paying rent, which is something my roommate failed to mention. He just kept picking it up for her. And I know how this sounds, but let me explain. These were all things she assured us she would do when she moved in. Since she had recently quit her job, she assured us that she could stay home and cook and clean and pay rent with her trust fund. These were things that were promised to us. These were things that stopped happening very quickly. I said caring for her animals earlier. This is another point of contention. She moved in 9 cats. Not at once, but let me explain. Shortly after the dog, she moved in another cat from her parents' house. I explained to her that we were only leased for 2 animals in the apartment. I was assured that the cat would only be staying for a few weeks. He stayed for 8 months. Her cat somehow became pregnant with kittens. Huzzah! You're going to take these kittens out of the apartment once they're old enough, right? Well, this cat's kittens. I just can't separate them. We are only zoned for 2 animals, and we're already pushing it with 3. I'll ask my Bob. She never did, so they also stayed. Then she adopted 4 more kittens that we found by a dumpster. Alright, look, this is getting out of hand. Some of these animals have to go. I can't just throw them out. And you adopted that calico cat from the dumpster kittens anyway. Yeah, sure did. Know what else I did? I paid my fucking pet deposit. All the while, Im refused to get involved. I told him again and again that we're violating our lease and that we'd be evicted if people knew how many cats were in this apartment. We would lose our deposit, we would get a black mark on our return fees history, and we could hang up getting another apartment in the city. He didn't care. This is between you two. I don't want to get involved. Classy. So fast forward a few months. I'm in my living room, one cat zone, and coming out of the shower and go to work. I walk her dog so it doesn't ruin the carpets. I clean the cat boxes so they don't smell up the house and ruin the floor. I eat in my room so the cats don't steal my food. This is my rock bottom. Until one day, she comes into my room and asks me to come in the living room. The two of them announce they are now engaged, and she wants to take us all to Florida, where we're from, and take us on a week-long vacation so we can meet Im's parents and spoil us a little for being such great friends. This sounded pretty good, actually, so we packed, got off time, and set up our visit to the families. This would prove to be the worst experience of our lives. Stay tuned for part 2. The Grand Florida Vacation. Oh my god. Oh my god. What fresh hell have we discovered? Oh, I'm so excited for the next part, because this kind of person, this is going to be special. Like, this is very much one of those people who just kind of pushes it ever so slightly every single time. Just enough to get away with what they want, but not enough to cause a full-out argument until they're ready. This is so many manipulative people I've known in the past. It's always just a little more. Just a little more. No, it's only 2 cats. No, it's only 3 cats. No, it's only 4 cats. No, I'm just asking you to clean once. Okay, twice. Alright, 3 times. Okay, every time for a month. Yeah, oh yeah, I know this behavior. This is gonna be a fucking shit show, and I'm excited. I, first off, do have to say, OP, I am so sorry you had to put up with this. I don't sound it because I'm excited, but I am actually really sorry. That's fucking horrible. And, yeah, that's... it's like living in a hoarder house. It's crazy. And, yeah, she's definitely an animal hoarder. I'm seeing that one. That is a thing, and it's worse than it sounds, believe me. You don't want to look it up. You start to see some really gross shit. But that is the end of this particular episode. I'm going to go immediately record part 2 because I already see where it's up. So, if you enjoyed this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. I have a Ko-Fi and I have a merch store, and I'd greatly appreciate you checking both of those out since live streams are still kind of off the table. Thanks a lot, Charter. So, that's kind of the way we keep the lights on around here. If you can't do that, it's totally fine. Just glad you're here. I love you all so very, very much. If you have your own story you want to send me, I always forget about this. There's a subreddit, r/Moonhorse Stories. I'll check it. Now, again, I love you all very much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody.